I find it hard to fathom that individuals incapable of articulation could be considered family. Deliver her to the hack, evacuate immediately. What in the world are you up to? Brushing past my defiant son and his wife, I enveloped my granddaughter protectively. She clutched her cheek in pain, glaring at them. The unrepentant couple persisted in demeaning their mute daughter. Unable to endure it any longer, I resolved to take my granddaughter under my wing and brought her home. A decade later, upon our return to our home country from abroad, my son and his wife appeared. We missed you. We're family, aren't we? Let's live together. Fools aren't family. Kindly leave. I am Margaret Patterson, a 60-year-old housewife. A few years back, I lost my husband and have been residing alone in a spacious house. Although I contemplated living with my son Jack and his wife Mary, I concluded that maintaining separate households would be more beneficial. Somehow, I found it challenging to get along with my own child and his spouse. Furthermore, I was hesitant about potentially assisting in the operation of the bar they manage. My physical agility isn't what it used to be, and regrettably, I lack proficiency in customer service. Living and working together would likely cause stress for both of us, so I opted against cohabitation. Even after my husband's passing, Jack never proposed that we live together, and I appreciated that. Finally liberated from child rearing and spousal care, I resolved to relish my solo existence. However, living alone turned out to be lonelier than anticipated. With no hobbies or friends, having dedicated all my time to housework, raising children, and caregiving, my days were spent watching TV drama reruns. Even attempts to establish new habits proved short-lived. Enduring the monotony of my mundane daily routine, the presence of my two granddaughters held immense significance for me. Emily, the elder of the two, is 10 years old, while Lily, the younger one, is 6. Both are charming in their own ways. Emily exudes beauty and displays a maturity beyond her years. In contrast, Lily, a tad clumsy and reserved, often finds herself in the shadow of her beautiful and poised older sister, experiencing a sense of isolation. While I cherish both of them, my heart particularly leaned towards Lily. It was evident that she wasn't entirely favored by her parents, Jack and Mary, and even Emily. Every couple of months, they would bring my granddaughters for a visit. Emily would approach me with an innocent smile, adorned in new clothes with meticulously styled long hair. On the flip side, Lily would be clad in Emily's worn-out hand-me-downs, her hair left untamed and messy. Lily, once talkative, had become quieter over time. Unlike Emily's radiant smile, Lily often wore a gloomy expression. After exchanging pleasantries with Emily and a "nice to see you," I knelt in front of Lily and addressed her. "Welcome, dear Lily. Thank you for coming. I've prepared some of your favorite sweets today. Let's enjoy them together." "Aha, Grandma. What about my sweets?" "Of course, I have yours too. Let's go." Hand in hand with the girls, I noticed Jack and Mary stepping out of the car, calling out to me. "Hey, Mom, long time no see. Here's a souvenir." "Oh, thank you. Have you two been well? Please make yourselves at home." "Thank you, Mother-in-law." I extended a warm welcome to my son, daughter-in-law, and granddaughters, serving them tea and sweets while engaging in lively conversation. However, it became apparent that Jack and Mary exclusively directed their attention towards Emily, often disregarding Lily. Each attempt I made to converse with Lily was thwarted by Emily's interruptions or a swift change of topic initiated by Jack and Mary. Concerned about their unequal treatment of Lily, I chose to observe rather than intervene, a decision that would later haunt me. One day, armed with sweets that were favorites of Jack, Mary, and the girls, I planned a visit to their house. As I approached the doorbell, I overheard Jackie's sharp words echoing from within. "Why don't you say something instead of just being quiet?" Startled, I rang the doorbell, only to find the door easily swinging open. Swiftly removing my shoes, I traversed the hallway, catching heated voices emanating from upstairs. "You know it's because you don't talk at school that I'm being embarrassed." Ascending the stairs, the heated exchange continued, accompanied by a sharp, dry sound. Opening the door from which the sound originated, I witnessed Jack and Mary scolding Lily, seated on the floor, while Emily waved her hand in apparent distress. Lily, on the verge of tears, clutched her cheek, and Emily winced, gesturing with her hand. Hey, Lily, you got smacked by your sister, didn't you? How about saying it hurts? If you can't speak, you're no longer family. Get out. We'll send you to Hag's home. What the hell are you guys doing? Brushing past my son and his wife, I protected Lily, who sat on the floor, embracing her and glared at them. Though momentarily surprised, the three quickly composed themselves. Mom, what are you doing barging in like that? You should have rung the doorbell first. That's right, Margaret. Aren't you rude? What's truly rude is what you guys are doing, harassing a little girl. Jack, you're a father. Aren't you ashamed to mistreat your child? And Emily, why did you hit your sister? I raised my voice to scold Emily for the first time. She appeared momentarily frightened, but then she lowered her head and mumbled, "Cause." Mary swiftly pulled Emily towards her, embraced her, and shot me a disapproving glare. Please don't blame Emily. I met her gaze without flinching. Protecting Emily, who struck her sister, isn't the appropriate response for a mother. Jack, who had been observing, pointed at me and shouted, "Mom, what are you thinking? Get away from that idiot. The only idiots here are you guys. Apologize to Lily." Ha, who's going to apologize? Jack, Mary, and Emily showed no remorse, persisting in insulting Lily. In my arms, Lily weakly clutched my clothes, her expression vacant. Had they subjected her to this mistreatment before? Without further contemplation, I scooped up Lily and declared, "I will take care of Lily. I can't leave her here." Leaving the three astonished individuals behind, I stormed out of the room. Jack came running up after a moment, wearing a smirk on his face. "Thanks, Mom. I didn't know how to handle this mute." Stunned by my son's words, Mary appeared from behind, holding a worn little carry-on bag and a backpack. "This is Lily's stuff. Please take care of the rest," Mary said, passing the bags roughly to me. Lily and I were left speechless. Looking up at the faces of my son and daughter-in-law, it was evident they were pleased that Lily was leaving their home. In shock, I left their house without uttering a word. In solemn silence, I returned home, removing Lily's shoes at the entrance. That's when she sniffled. Gazing at Lily's face, I saw her biting her lip, tears streaming down. I gently embraced Lily, patting her on the back. "Lily, it's been hard on you. I'm sorry I couldn't help you until now, but it's going to be okay. Grandma is on your side now. I will protect you." From that day, Lily and I began living together. The pain she endured from her parents led her to stop speaking. Even a simple good morning proved challenging for her to articulate. Her teacher informed me that she struggled to communicate with classmates and teachers at school. Concerned, I took her to the hospital for a medical checkup. Lily was diagnosed with selective mutism. The doctor suggested that the extreme stress from her parents and sister had induced severe anxiety and fear, rendering her unable to speak. However, the doctor reassured me that as she acclimated to her new environment, she would gradually regain her ability to speak. On the way home from the hospital, I purchased a charming notebook and a pen for Lily. Listen, Lily, if there's something you want to share with me or anyone else, jot it down in this notebook. Whether it's drawings or words, try to vocalize what you've written, even if it's just a little bit at a time, okay? Lily swiftly opened the notebook and began writing with the pen. As I observed silently, she revealed the page she had been working on. It displayed the words, "Thank you, Grandma," accompanied by a sketch of my face. Lily attempted to utter those words but struggled and looked down, disappointed. "Lily, you're doing fantastic. Take it one step at a time. Well done, gold star for you." As I affectionately patted her head, Lily looked up and managed a faint smile. She began using the notebook and pen I had bought for her to communicate at school, a sign of her growing confidence. Gradually, she learned to speak, and 2 years later, she could articulate herself normally. Grandma, today at school." The moment Lily returned home, she eagerly shared the day's events with me. Witnessing her full recovery and zest for life put my mind at ease. Then, during a three-way conference at school one day, I entered the classroom where a kindly teacher welcomed us. Both Lily and I greeted her with a "hello, teacher" before taking our seats. As I discussed Lily's behavior at school and home, she fidgeted shyly in her chair. Lily's grades have consistently improved since last year. "Take a look at this," the teacher said, presenting us with her report card. The chart revealed a steady upward trend since she began living with me, showing significant improvement recently. "I'm sure it's because she's so dedicated to studying. She's been tackling challenging books and solving complex problems almost every day," I explained, patting Lily's head. "I see. In that case, how about taking an IQ test at the hospital?" suggested the teacher. IQ test. When I sought clarification, the teacher explained that Lily might be gifted, naturally very intelligent. Lily appeared to be as smart, if not more so, than an adult. The teacher suggested that if Lily went to America, she could pursue the studies she desired. It occurred to me that my late husband's brother was working in America. Although I hadn't been in touch with him since my husband passed away, he might be able to help. Upon reaching out and consulting with him, he expressed his support for our life in the U.S. relieved. I proposed to Lily the idea of studying abroad in America. "I'd love to go if it's with Grandma, but I want to graduate from elementary school with my friends first." "All right, I understand. I'll also learn English by the time you graduate." Lily smiled in relief at my response. She went on to create numerous memories in elementary school and graduated without any hitches. Since we exchanged contact information, she could stay in touch with her friends even overseas. I chose not to disclose the study abroad plan to Jack and Mary, fearing they might attempt to reclaim Lily upon discovering her gifted status. Lily swiftly adapted to life in the U.S., skipping grades in her studies. I supported her wholeheartedly. Observing Lily express, "Studying is more fun than before," filled me with genuine happiness. Her talent was undeniably remarkable. After a few years of studying in the U.S., she enrolled in Harvard University, pursued business studies, and before I knew it, she had established her own company. "I want to repay my grandma," Lily declared enthusiastically. "For me, she's already repaid me more than enough. After all, Lily has grown into a remarkable adult. Her accomplishments were featured on American news, reached a global audience, and she became a celebrity. Lily's name is likely known worldwide. I wonder what Jack and Mary think of her achievements. It would be satisfying if they regretted how they treated her." 10 years after Lily founded her company, Lily and I returned to our home country for work reasons. We rented a new apartment, and one day, the doorbell rang. Assuming it might be a routine notice, I opened the door without suspicion. "It's been a while, Mom. Have you been doing well? Why are Jack and Mary here too?" Seeing their faces, I couldn't help but shudder. I had changed my contact information and was now living far from my previous residence. How did they manage to find me here? Disregarding my surprise, Mary called out into the house. "Hey Lily, you're here, right? It's your mom. I've come to see you after such a long time. What do you want? Please don't approach my daughter. Don't be cold, Mom. We are Lily's parents, after all." "That's right, mother-in-law. Lily is here, right? Please let us meet her. Wait, don't just barge in like that." Disregarding my attempt to halt them, the two of them pushed past me and entered the house. While I was trying to intervene, Lily appeared from the living room. "What's wrong, Grandma?" "Wait, what?" Even Lily seemed taken aback by the unexpected visitors. I awkwardly turned my face away. On the other hand, my son and his wife seemed overjoyed to finally see Lily. "Oh, Lily, I've missed you. You've grown so much." As Mary extended her arms for a hug, Lily brushed them aside. "If you want to talk, I'll listen in the living room. I'll prepare some tea, so please wait on the sofa." With a curt statement, Lily began preparing tea in the kitchen. Jack and Mary casually settled on the sofa, engaging in a one-sided exchange with her. Growing concerned, I signaled to Lily. She winked at me, indicating to leave it to her. When I took a seat across from them, the main issue was immediately brought up. The pub my son and his wife ran had gone bankrupt due to mismanagement. Their older daughter, Emily, had also disappeared since starting work, and they had no information about her whereabouts or activities. In dire straits after losing their jobs, Jack and Mary were now facing financial difficulties, unsure when their savings would run out. "Hey Lily, would you consider supporting us? You ran away from home at 6, but until then, we raised you. You should pay your respects." "Lily, you must have felt lonely not being able to see us all this time, right? But let's live together from now on. Let's create memories as a family, making up for the time we were apart." I found it difficult to watch my son and his wife pathetically pleading with Lily. As painful as it was to acknowledge about my own son, I couldn't fathom how he had ended up like this. Where did I go wrong in raising him? Lost in my own guilt, Lily's voice snapped me back to reality. "Idiots aren't my family. My only family is Grandma. Please see yourselves out." She wore a cool smile, a demeanor I had never witnessed before. "But Lily..." "Wait, please." Despite their pleas to live together, Lily stood firm. She decisively ushered them out of the front door, locking it with a definitive click. Glancing out the window, I saw my son and daughter-in-law retreating with slumped shoulders. "Grandma, what is it, dear? Should we move?" With those words, she laughed. Apparently, she had been secretly planning to build a house for us to live in together, considering accessibility for my sake. "Thank you, Lily." Expressing my gratitude, she blushed and gave a shy laugh. Several months later, we moved into our new home. Thanks to Lily's thoughtful design, I now live comfortably with accessible features. Our shared memories adorn the walls, including the notebook and pen we purchased when we first started living together. Each time I see them, I'm moved to tears. Today, I think I'll make Lily's favorite dish for her. With that thought, I headed to the kitchen to start cooking.